Almost done.
This meeting's now starting. We're going to roll call and approval of the policies.
Allerape.
Here.
Archer.
Here.
Cants.
Here.
Dumont.
Here.
Hernandez.
Here.
Carter.
Here.
Yerke.
Here.
Roxy Dominguez.
Here.
Leonard.
Here.
Lockwood.
Here.
McCallum.
Here.
Pilling.
Here.
Seekman.
Here.
Twing.
Here.
Lee.
Here.
Winter.
Here.
Bighorn.
Perfect. I would ask you guys to approve. Oh, we have a proxy yet.
Motion to approve proxy.
Motion to McCallum. All in favor? All opposed? Great. Proxy is approved. The agenda is messed up because we messed up emails the same way that nobody really has name tags. So the current agenda is on the thing. We have 3 things: the resolution for GAF, the resolution for Rock Robotic Supplemental, and then we have 2 senator appointments. And that's it. So anybody want to look this over if they have anything wrong with it? We could approve the agenda or we could not approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Perfect. All to approve it. Anybody have opposition to approve it? If you're in favor of approving it, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Approved. Minutes have been sent out. Any questions, concerns about minutes? Anybody want to approve the minutes? Unanimous consent? We good on that?
Yes.
Great. Minutes approved. No open for guests, no unfinished business, new business. Right now.
Okay. Messenger Lewis, resolution number 23S-004, presented on the 19th of April, 2023, originated by GAF Allocations Committee, presented by myself. Whereas the Student Association Senate GAF Committee has reviewed all GAF and SIL budget requests for fiscal year 24, and whereas the GAF Committee has reached a consensus on how the general activity fee money should be appropriated, and therefore be it resolved by a majority vote of the Student Senate and the signature of the Student Association President that the recommendations are shown on the following page of this resolution for GAF fiscal year 24 be submitted to the campus president for final approval. And then scroll down. Yeah. So this is the allocations that were decided upon by the GAF committee. There's about 3% cut, but overall about 97% was allocated. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them.
Any questions?
Great.
So we're dipping into reserves, GAF reserves to, I guess, pay for some of the stuff here. It's very slight. I think at the end of the day it was like 30,000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, we had about $30,000 that we needed to make up. Yes.
Might be a stupid question. What's the scheduling department like?
They do a lot of the scheduling for rooms on campus. They help people set up their schedules, I believe. Mostly their entire GAF request was for a new computer, which is why they got the biggest cut. And yes.
So if we approve this, it goes to where? What's the next step after this?
Campus president.
Okay, and then they would sign it and then it would be done. Okay.
Other questions? Yes.
Off the top of your mind, do you know how this compares to last year's?
I think it's pretty similar to last year's, if I'm correct. I just looked at last year's too. Obviously, I think there's some bigger cuts because we're having more budget issues this year, which is why we see like stuff from scheduling being cut more, and also we had to pull from the reserves to avoid having such a big deficit.
Yeah. Okay, great. We'll see this next week then to final vote.
Alright, passing the list, resolution number 22S005. Sorry, date is wrong. Says on the 19th of April 2023, originated by Finance Committee, presented by myself. Whereas Rocker Robotics has approached the Finance Committee with a supplemental request to provide funding for an upcoming competition. And whereas the appropriate paperwork has been filed with the Finance Committee, and whereas the Finance Committee has deemed $3,000 as an appropriate amount to allocate to the organization, and noting Rock Robotics Club applied for SOAP funding this fiscal year, and noting Rock Robotics did not request supplemental funding this past fiscal year and are eligible for the full $5,000 of supplemental funding. Therefore, be it resolved by majority vote of the Student Association Senate and the signature of the Student Association President that $3,000 be allocated from the SOAP Reverted Funds account for SA003 to Rocker Robotics. Yes.
I'd like to friendly amend the title of the resolution to 23S005. Does anyone have any issues with that? It still represents the correct fiscal year that we're currently in.
Can I amend the date to?
Yes, I'll do that.
Jason?
It's the 19th.
Okay.
It's the 19th day.
I was looking only at the year.
Yes.
So would this money be to cover travel or the costs to enter the competition?
This money will be covered for them to travel and their stay. They had originally requested more for food, but that's not covered within the SOAP Constitution, so it got knocked down to $3,000. Yeah.
Why did they request it so late in the school year?
I believe it was received 9 days ago while Armand was out of town, and so I did not get this until yesterday, and so Finance Committee or members of it did not see it until today to put it together for right now.
I think what he's asking is why did the robotics team wait this late in the school year to apply for this supplement?
Well, they applied for this after they didn't get as much from SOAP as they had requested, and that was kind of an error, I think, on filling out the application part and presentations. This also came from the fact that the price of their travel went up and their stay went up for like the Airbnb, fleet vans, and one other thing that they were requesting money for. Yeah.
Did they want this sooner rather than later?
Yeah, I was also going to mention that if we would like to suspend some rules, it takes about a week to get the money into the account, so.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Sure.
Yeah, I got it. Great. Rules suspended.
Motion to vote.
Wait, no, I have to mess this up. We have to, anybody opposed to suspending the rules? Vote now if you.
I think you have to do a roll call.
Yeah. Roll call. Alarape.
Aye.
Archer.
Aye.
Dumont.
Aye.
Yerke.
Aye.
Proxy Dominguez.
Aye.
Leonard.
Aye.
Well, I guess technically they get a vote since they haven't been sworn in.
No.
No, okay. Never mind, you don't count for it.
Don't count.
We'll count in a couple minutes. Lockwood.
Aye.
McCallum.
Aye.
Pilling.
Aye.
Seekman.
Aye.
Twin.
Aye.
Passes. Rules are suspended.
Point of order.
Oh, did I miss you here? Sorry, 5. What would you like to vote? Pass. I'm getting an updated list on this sheet here, so. Okay, Lee and Winter.
Aye.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, you guys. So sorry. Niven. Okay, did I miss anyone else?
Hey.
Candace? Okay. You're all the people that were excluded from the Excel sheet because of appointments and other reasons, so my apologies on that.
So I just have a question, sir.
Yes.
So allocating 3,000 now after basic like a cut for soap does not justify the entire process of like going through and like deducting money there.
So, yes and no. My understanding is that they didn't really explain their requirements for this appropriately. Well, they were just kind of lacking a little bit in their request and justifying, is that right? For this supplemental. So, like, they've proven they do need it.
Yeah, I was just looking over it again. The reason that they had sent in was they requested less soap this year than what for this year than what they have prior, and then ended up choosing a more expensive competition to travel to. Most of this money is for hotel rooms and an Airbnb.
That's it. And when is the competition?
That I think it is at the end of May.
Oh.
Rules are suspended.
Motion vote.
Great. Roll call.
Roll call vote to approve supplemental funding for robotics, starting with Alarape.
Aye.
Archer.
Aye.
Cantz.
Aye.
Dumont.
No.
Nay. Fernandez.
Aye.
Proxy Dominguez.
Aye.
Lockwood.
Aye.
McCallum.
Aye.
Seekman.
Aye.
Twain.
Aye.
Lee. Winter.
Aye.
Oh my goodness. Do I not hear in this sheet? Why did it not show up in here? Alright, Duncan.
Aye.
Fantastic. Passes.
Great.
Did I get anyone else? Miss anyone else?
Yeah.
Still?
Here. Aye.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna have to work at this sheet because for some reason it doesn't like your guys' names in certain spots, so, but it passed. So,
Resolution passes.
yes.
Great. Now we're moving on to senior senator appointments. I'm going to read the resolution. I think it's kind of time pertinent, so that we can go ahead and confirm. Kessinger Lewis resolution number 23-006, 12th of April 2023, originated by myself and D.D. Lewis, presented by myself. Whereas a current opening exists for a senior class senator, and whereas Jordan Harder has been found by the state Senate President and VP to be a worthy candidate to represent the senior students at SD Mines, and whereas a current opening exists for a sophomore class senator, and whereas Jordan Leonard has been found by the Senate President and Vice President to be a worthy candidate to represent, it needs a friendly event, to represent this sophomore students at SD Mines, and therefore be resolved by a majority vote of the Student Association Senate and the signature of the Student Association President that for the it needs two friendly amendments, 2023-2024 term. If you scroll down, you're done with that. Jordan Harder be affirmed the position of senior senator, and Jordan Lanner be affirmed the position of sophomore senator.
Another friendly amend on the date. It said 12.
This one, 23-24.
Nice.
voted in as senator? No.
She wasn't here to do her oath.
But this is making it sound like she's appointed.
By the president and vice presidency.
Mm-hmm.
Voted in.
Was her name not on the last one?
No, but she wasn't here for confirmation.
But she can still be confirmed later.
So could you just swear in but not have it as part of the resolution?
If that's fine, then yeah. Yeah. Just cut this entire resolution in half.
No.
You can cut it in half. There we go. And then get the very bottom one. Great.
And the whereas the current opening for sophomore class.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
Last and
Any motions?
very last.
Okay, is there anything else for this resolution?
Motion to suspend the rules.
Roll call vote to suspend the rules.
I don't believe it's a roll call, it's just a unanimous A or all opposed. So, for suspending the rules, it's just a verbal aye or opposed.
We always do.
Am I incorrect?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we've always done it.
Yeah, I think it was
For suspending the rules?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm
Not that we need to.
Okay, let's try this roll call thing once more.
Those, can you friendly amend for President Kessinger instead of Senator Kessinger before?
This is real bad.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, alright, roll call for suspending the rules. Alarape.
Aye.
Archer.
Aye.
Cantz.
Aye.
Dumont.
Aye.
Hernandez.
Aye.
Yurki.
Aye.
Roxy Dominguez.
Aye.
Leonard. Nope. Lockwood.
Aye.
McCallum. Pilling.
Aye.
Seekman.
Aye.
Twing.
Aye.
Wheat. Winter.
Aye.
Did I get everyone that time? Thank goodness. Okay, passes.
Rules are suspended.
Motion to vote.
Great. Roll call vote.
Alarape.
Aye.
Archer.
Aye.
Cantz.
Aye.
Dumont.
Aye.
Hernandez. Yurki.
Aye.
Roxy Dominguez.
Aye.
Lockwood.
Aye.
McCallum.
Aye.
Pilling.
Aye.
Seekman.
Aye.
Twing.
Aye.
Wheat. Winter.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Great. We can do both, we can swear with both you guys at the same time. If you wanna just come up here. And then when you're asked to hold the office of, one of you is gonna say senior senator, one of you is gonna say sophomore senator.
Where did you wanna install it here?
Yeah, probably all that. We need a good picture.
Oh no. Please raise your right hand and repeat the following. As a member of the Student Association Senate of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology.
As a member of the Student Association Senate of Mines, of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology.
I state your name.
I, Jordan Hyder,
Do hereby affirm
do hereby affirm
to uphold the office of,
to hold the office of sophomore senator,
to abide by the Student Association Constitution,
to abide by the Student Association Constitution,
and to represent the Student Association to the best of my ability.
and to represent the Student Association to the best of my ability.
Great. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, now we're moving on to open discussion. Anybody have anything? Yes.
No, the new senators on the team yet?
I sent a request to, I think we confirmed, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
For the new senators in the room, there's like a PowerPoint, and you can go to information like for new senators. And that has like a PowerPoint and it has Robert's rules and it has like voting rules, so please read all of that. It's not like currently updated, but it is helpful in like
Yeah.
explaining what everything we're doing and stuff like that.
There's also a cute YouTube video if you just type in Robert's rules.
Yeah.
And it gives you a good overview.
Would you like to?
Oh, yes. So, this afternoon when I was trying to get into the Senate office, I noticed it was locked. So, if anyone locked the Senate office, please don't do that. None of us have keys except Director Headley. So, if you lock the door, just don't. Please. Thank you. Yeah. That's it. Just don't lock the door.
Anything else?
What should we expect that to be?
So that I'm going to do in my report. I'm going to send out a Google form. It's called a Google form. A Google form where you're going to give your preferred options for ad hocs and standing committees. The form is set up so you have to give options. So you have to give your top 4 of both. That may or may not go into what your appointment is, but we're going to try to get everybody's information for that. So I'm going to email that at the end of this meeting, and everybody has a week to, I guess, put your preferences in. We'll try to accommodate, but we don't have very many people, so it's always kind of hard to do that. But
And will appointments be next week then?
I do want to get appointments next week, but some of the committees are more important than others, like GR, I want to have early. So hopefully all appointments next week, but maybe not every single one. But yes. Anything else? No. Okay. Abby, do you have a CFO report?
Thank you for passing the supplemental. It's good to get that done, so we have about a week to get the money there. And report.
EP report.
So this past week, Sam and I met with the directors of CARA in this building, Paul and Shelley are their names, and we just had a nice outreach introducing ourselves to them and introducing ourselves as the Senate for this year. A couple things that Paul and Shelley brought up that we want everyone to be aware of, and that we're also going to push at the student board workshops immediately in the fall, is that there is a crowd-raising opportunity fundraiser that student orders can fill out and set up online to get online alumni donations and donations from the community, which is going to be something that the org should really take advantage of, considering that fundraising is going to become a bigger part of their years for at least the next 1 or 2 years. So we'd like to push that, and we're going to be bringing Paul and Shelley in to Senate to be an open floor guest and introduce themselves to us and to you guys very early on in the fall. And they were fantastic people, so it would be great for us to have a good relationship with them and to know like whose building we're in on a weekly basis for meetings. So aside from that, if you've noticed, we're still down 2 senior senators. So we've tried reaching out to some people who have either declined the opportunity or have not responded. So if anyone knows any other senior standing people that will be seniors next year or super seniors, not grad students, that are interested, willing, and able to fulfill the role of a senior senator, reach out to Samurai and let us know, and we can attempt to get 2 more senior senators in before the end of the year so we can get as close to a full Senate without a freshman as possible. End of report.
Questions, concerns, comments? None. President's report. So, like you said, we met with StuFed. I think that we'll have an okay year with StuFed. I think SDSU is overly represented a little bit in the power structure there, but they're fighting for the same, I guess, fight we are. So, I think they're going to represent us fine to SDPOR. That's really all. That's really, if anybody has any questions, yes.
Did we ever appoint somebody to StuFed's exec board or no?
Yeah, so we lost our elections to try to get on the executive board of StuFed.
Who was running?
Me. Yeah, no. I didn't get VP or president. which is probably fitting considering the fact that there are other schools and people who are a lot more experienced in it than I am. The people that were on the board, I think, are at least competent. So I think that they'll be good back and forth. And the people that are on the board are also concerned about gap funding, which was an important point for us in deliberations of that. So hopefully that helps us in the future on our budget side.
Our number 2 choices were elected to the executive board for Student Federation. So for executive director, there is a man named Josh Stiskel, who's a junior from USD in Vermillion. And we were perfectly happy with Josh being appointed to executive director because he has the same feelings about GAF allocations and wanting to raise to GAF that we did. So we're very happy with that. The president is a student from USD as well, and the vice president is a person from SDSU whose names I don't have written down here, but they're by no means bad candidates. They were all people that we were plenty okay with, and in discussions behind the scenes, just texting chats with people from other schools that were also in the voting process, we got the candidates that we ended up wanting, so that stand on the same side of the issues that our school is currently facing as us.
So I think we're going to have one StuFed meeting this summer. So by the time everybody comes back, we might have an update about what directions or things we're going to push. That's all I have in the report. International report?
No report.
Veteran report?
No report.
Non-trad report?
No report.
Committee reports, we don't have any, but I'm gonna do a constitution report right now just so everybody can hear it, because I was the constitution chair. We have a club that submitted for approval this semester, but we're not gonna get to it this semester. So they're going to pretend to be like they were approved until until we approve them at the start of next semester, so that they will receive SOAP funding. It's not worth it to struggle to get their constitution through right now, and we can just do it the first 2 weeks of next semester. So other than that, there are no committee reports. Upcoming Senate business, we have 1 meeting left, right?
This semester.
We have 1 meeting left this semester. There's not really anything other than that. We might do one for the summer if there's anything important. It's nice to keep in touch more so than just having a forced meeting though. So if there's a way for everybody to just kind of be active, I think that would be good. Any announcements?
Hang in there, guys. 17.5 fortnights till Christmas.
So last time we talked about the potential to have a student development intern for next fall, you might remember. So that's a graduate student who's getting the master's degree that Director Headley and I have. She wants to go into the field of higher education. So she did accept our offer, so we'll have Maddie Bacon joining us next fall. She is going to help a lot with Senate, so I wanted to point that out. She's very excited. Probably the biggest change that you'll see, we'll have three advisors for our meetings, and then also she's very interested in spending some one-on-one time with each of you, maybe twice throughout the semester. So, and she's not getting paid, so be very nice to her.